All right, so now I'm going to do a demo on the ZYTO, and you need to know this has nothing to do with IPA, obviously, but it is something that I use. And Josephine's here. I'm going to have her say hi to you, and then we're going to pretend that nobody's around.
Hello.
She's done this before, but now I'm going to explain to you what I do. This is the hand cradle that I use, that we use. It's very simple, plugs into your computer, and we use the left hand, and they just put their left hand on here on the cradle, and it needs to be, you got to have it on there, not well. So what I have everybody do is I have them sit straight so they're comfortable. So first of all, do you have any metal on you? Yes. Okay, so you need to take your metal off. So if anybody has earrings, okay, you can't take those out, but you have a belt, right? Take your belt off. I actually had a woman take off most of her clothes. She had a underwire. So you might want to tell people up front, don't wear underwire. If you're a woman, don't try to take your earrings out. If they have glasses, have them put the glasses to the side. If they have a phone, everything needs to be away. I usually have them, I have the chairs in the back here. I have them put their jacket over there. If I had a lady that had metal on her shoes, so she took off her shoes, and I mean, that's fine. Okay, so then the next thing,
Brenda, can I ask a quick question? I'm sorry.
Sure.
If somebody has metal in their body, like pins or dental implants or screws or things like that, hip replacements and things, can you still do the ZYTO scan?
Well, I'll do it. I'll do it. I mean, I have people come with piercings and they can't take their piercings out, and I still run the scan and we still get answers. So, yeah, I mean, I can't answer that question, I guess. I do the best I can. Okay, so then what you're going to do is you're going to sit comfortable. You're going to sit comfortable. Don't cross your legs. Okay, you want to make sure their legs aren't crossed, just like when you do muscle testing, nothing is crossed. Okay, and you comfortable? You sitting comfortable? Okay, all right, and then so go ahead and put your hand on the cradle, and you want them to put their hand on the cradle, and you want to be comfortable. So sit however you need to sit. It doesn't take very long. Okay, and then I have them do the same thing I do with muscle testing. Close your eyes and think of the letter X. Okay, and this is how I get people to relax. Okay, think of the X. Let me know when you have the X. Got it? Okay, now draw the X over and over and over in your mind. So when I muscle test, what I do is I have people imagine the X in their head, and then I have them draw the X over and over about 10 times. Okay, and what that does is that helps to cross the meridians. And then what I also do is I always check them in muscle testing to see, make sure they're balanced. And if they are, great. If they're not, then I'll check to see if they're dehydrated by having them hold the hair. And then if they're still not balanced, then I'll have them, do a few other things. And I could do a little class like this if you want on muscle testing. I'm happy to do that. It'll have to be outside class time. It'll have to be like in the evening. Okay, so now just keep thinking of the X. And we'll just run the scan. So now, this is the screen here for the ZYTO. I've already got it up. And can everybody see this? Yes?
I can see it here.
Okay. Oh, I see Jackie gave a thumbs up too. Okay. So I've already scanned Josephine. So there she is. All right. So we're going to do a new session here. And I have the balance. So the balance, there's different ones. There's the compass, there's the balance. The balance checks for emotions, which I like. So it checks for all kinds of things. So I can also do a wellness check. I'm going to do the balance. And now I'm going to connect the hand cradle. Sometimes people feel it when you connect it. They say that they feel a tingling. So I always let them know you may feel a tingling. Okay, go ahead and keep your eyes closed. Keep thinking of that X. And breathe. Josephine has a tendency to hold her breath, so just breathe. Okay, all right. All right. And so now what's going to happen is I'm going to choose all. I hope you guys can see as it changes. And it's going to play a little video. Can all of you see this? Okay. Eyes closed. Look at the X. Okay, now we'll just wait. Hey, you are clear to run. All right. Okay, can everybody see the wellness? You can come back on if you want to turn your cameras back on and put your volume on now that this is done. Can everybody see the wellness report that came up or no? Yes?
Yes.
Okay, good. All right. So now you saw how long it takes about, and you saw the, you know, how kind of the way it works. I always leave the office when I run a scan because I don't want my energy to interfere with the person. And, you know, there's the little video at the beginning. So let me see, somebody put something up here. Yeah, there's no sound with the ZYTO. It just plays that little video at the beginning that explains things to them. Okay, so do you want to see this? Since it's yours? Okay, let me move over here. All right. They can't see you, so you know. All right. Okay, so there's this little flyer that I can scan and I can put it in the, I can send it out to you, but it explains how the ZYTO works. It's a medical device cleared by the FDA to measure the user's galvanic skin response. It's an established technology that measures the electrical conductivity of the skin. Okay, so I'll put this in. And then they also have a kind of an explanation here of the report. So we'll look at her numbers. Women have 198 biomarkers, which you see here. And so in range, she has 130 biomarkers. Out of range, she's got 68. So the biomarkers that she has here, everything in the green is in range, everything in red is out of range. Okay, and then what it does, you have to pick a product line. And so Nature Sunshine was available, so I picked Nature Sunshine. And what it does is based on those biomarkers that are out of range, it goes through and tells you what products will answer to those biomarkers that are out of range. Okay, so the first one is wild thyme essential oil, and 1 drop 1 time a day. Super supplemental vitamin and minerals. Oh, you must be low on your vitamins and minerals. Probably all that stress, burning your vitamins and minerals. And antioxidant, and so here's 4 tablets 1 time a day. Super ORAC, 1 capsule 2 times a day. Mega Gel, that is for the veins also, 1 tablet 2 times a day. And then it came up with, then it explains. Okay, so if you're going to carry up, and it doesn't matter what product line you're going to carry, if you're going to carry a product line, this can actually help you increase your sales if you want to follow what ZYTO tells you. So now it goes in and explains. Okay, this eases mental fatigue with the stimulating penetrating aroma of wild thyme. Essential oils, warm aroma has been associated with courage. The benefits, aromatherapists credit thyme with the ability to cultivate courage, eases mental fatigue. So do you feel like you have mental fatigue? Go ahead, you can answer. Yes? Okay. Do you feel that you need courage? Yes? Okay. All right. And so it works by stimulating and reviving, and it's a warm aroma often used to ease fatigue. Do you feel tired? Do you feel fatigued? Yes? Okay. All right. And then here's recommended use, essential oils. You can read this to your client if you want to. Super supplemental, this is to replenish the body with essential vitamin minerals, nutritive herbs, and trace minerals. Okay, so this is a multivitamin here. We usually do it without iron, so it's interesting that it came with iron. So it looks like you might be low on vitamins and minerals. Okay, so be good. And this is how I speak with my clients when they're in here. It'd be good for you to take a vitamin mineral supplement. Okay, sometimes they're already taking a vitamin mineral supplement. Sometimes they may want to follow what this recommends. Okay, so let's say I have a lot of the product here. They can just buy it off the shelf. If they don't, you can drop ship it. Depending on what company you're using, what one you choose, you know, you can drop ship, or you can order it. You know, they'll pay for it up front and you can order it. Okay, Super ORAC antioxidant. This is an antioxidant blend. Okay, It helps to neutralize free radicals. So probably some cellular oxidation going on, which is, you know, it tells you what's in here. And then megacal. Megacal, this is for cleaning the arteries, working with the arteries, helping with circulation. Do you have any circulatory issues? Cold hands, cold feet? Yes? Okay. Josephine's cold all the time. Okay. She's even cold in the summer. I noticed, yeah, I noticed your window was open this morning. You were freezing, right? Okay. So, you know, so you can go through these with your clients if you want to talk to them about them and so on. They're going to have questions. Okay. So this is the part that I want to go over and I go over with my clients. Okay. The ZYTO goes through and it looks at 4 systems: detox, gastrointestinal, hormone, and immune. Okay. And it goes through and it goes through. Now, I would not say oof if my client was here. It's only because my daughter's here. So forget the oof. I didn't say that. But I like this because it does bar graphs. Very easy for your client to understand. Okay. Same with the station 5.2. You can set it up to do bar graphs. Very easy. They look at it, whammo, they can see it. Okay. So in bar graphs, everything here is green is good. Yellow, it's okay. Orange, not so good. And red, definitely need to take care of. So how are you feeling? Your lymph is swollen in your neck. Do you have a sore throat? Yes. And her voice is a little, okay. So she's not feeling so hot. Okay. Anything under 5, which she doesn't have here, but anything under 5 indicates chronic stress. Anything higher than 20, which this is higher than 20, that indicates acute stress. Okay. So her immune system is stressed. So let's find out why. Okay. So here is a lifestyle area. She's got nutrition, hydration, inflammation, mental and emotional stress. Imagine that. Okay. Now that could be just because I know Josephine, and so she's got a lot of stress that she puts on herself. She is a mixed biliary. She is an anxiety tetanic like her mother, poor child. And also her, yeah, a lot of the same health issues that I have as far as the bowels and things like that. So very similar, but this is very interesting coming in. So she may be stressed being here doing a demo too. We have to take into consideration when your client comes in to see you, they know they're going to get scanned. You want to, before you scan them, you want to talk to them for a while. Okay. You don't want to just have them sit down and boom, do a scan. It's kind of like taking their blood pressure. You want to have them, you know, if you're going to take their blood pressure, you're going to let them know, hey, I'm going to take your blood pressure. And you want to just sit and chit chat with them for a little bit, let them calm down, relax, you know, maybe talk about their eyes, see if they have some questions, you know, and just help them relax. Why are you laughing? What, mental, emotional stress? The one below sleep. So when you get a 0, it means it didn't answer. It doesn't mean you got 0 sleep. It has nothing to do with that. Why, you got little sleep? No. You slept good? Okay. So the fact that it came out with 0 means that it didn't answer. And I don't know why it doesn't answer, because what happens is the ZYTO, it asks your body questions. Okay. And the score that it gives you is based on the first 3 answers. Okay, so this range. So her range is 6.57. Everybody's range is different. And that range is set up based on the first 3 questions that the ZYTO asks your body. Don't ask me what those 3 questions are. I don't know. They don't tell us. But based on those 3 questions and how your body answers, that's what sets your range. And I have people that come back with a range of 2. And then I have other people come back with a range of 10. And I can't answer why that is. It's just the way the body answers those questions. So her range is 6.57. So here's, let's see, lifestyle areas here. This is the, so we're looking at mental and emotional stress. And I know when she came in to do this, she was stressed. So that can affect the scan. So here we're going to look at detoxification systems. So skin, okay. Your skin is yeah. And so she does have the typical acne, herbicide, you're holding under herbicides. Okay. Herbicides is what's sprayed on plants. Kidneys, -16. Have you been drinking water? Did you drink water this morning? Yeah. Okay, so probably needs to drink more water. Cardio's in the yellow. Lung. I usually, just like iridology, you don't want to give them too much. Okay, you don't want to stress them out. So usually I'll look at the first two, the red ones here. Look at all these ones that didn't answer. That's interesting. So, I'd be looking at these two, skin and herbicides. Okay, her body's holding on to herbicides for whatever reason, and the skin is not eliminating. So dry skin brushing. Are you using the loofah or this? Okay, so you also need to do it dry before you take a shower. I'll talk to you about that. Okay, so you understand. Okay, and then it shows you to help balance these areas what might help. And super supplemental came up, lower bowel stimulator. A lower bowel stimulator came up. Do you tend to have problems with your bowels? Constipation? Okay, so we know that there are 5 elimination channels, right? There's the bowel, there's the lungs, there's the kidneys, there's the skin, and there is the lymph. So you have 5 elimination systems. If one of those systems not eliminating properly, that's going to back up and the other elimination systems have to take over. Okay, so she tends to be anxiety tetanic. She's anxiety tetanic. She has a constricted collarette. We know anxiety tetanics tend to be anxious, type A personality, right? And tend to have stress, be more in the sympathetic, and also with a small collarette, we know that can lead to constipation. And she just said yes. So she does have, being anxiety tetanic, she does also have those radial furrows that break through the collarette. And you should all know her eyes. They've all seen all our eyes, so they know your eyes. Okay, so lower bowel stimulator, Nature Sunshine, that's LBS. And that helps to open up the bowels, get those bowels moving. Okay, Mega Gel, Super Trio, ET, these are all things. Okay, gastrointestinal, we look at that. And mental emotional stress, that affects your bowels. Okay, so I would expect that since you're anxiety tetanic, that your emotions affect all your body, right? And we know that under every physical ailment, there's always emotions, right? So here she's got mental emotional stress, and number 2 is gallbladder. Okay, so maybe that's why. Interesting. So sometimes she gets some nausea. Sometimes she has some issues with digestion. So gallbladder is coming up here. And then, of course, your intestinal mucosa membrane. She had COVID and strep. When was that? 4 months ago, and she was on antibiotics for the strep. So it's possible that intestinal mucosa membrane has not repaired completely yet. Okay, but we're going to just look at the top one here, which is that mental emotional stress. Gallbladder. Interesting. Okay, that's the first time that's come up. She's got some more that didn't answer for whatever reason. Wild thyme, super supplemental, lower bowel stimulator, devil's claw, LB. So things to think about. Now with her, I'd probably muscle test her on the LBS, on the lower bowel stimulant, because people that tend to have that, she's just like her mom, people that tend to have that alternating diarrhea and constipation, they cannot always take Cascara Sagrada. So be careful if you are working with herbs with bowels and you have somebody that has tendencies towards irritable bowel. Muscle test them if you can, use a pendulum, do whatever you do to find out if they can tolerate Cascara. I cannot tolerate Cascara, and I know a lot of people that have IBS or those tendencies cannot tolerate Cascara Sagrada. And there's always other things that can be used, of course, depending on what product line you use. You're probably thinking in your mind, well, I probably would give her this or that or the other, right? And we all do that. Okay, hormone endocrine system. progesterone. Yes? You're progesterone dominant. Okay, so she's progesterone dominant. So she's agreeing with this. Skin, it's natural. Okay, 21. So she's over 20. That indicates acute stress. Okay, so this is an issue for her. All right, and we can look down here, probiotics, her estrogen, EFAs, testosterone. Okay, but there again, we have some more. I wonder, that's too bad that that pancreas didn't answer, because I would have liked to see that, but it didn't. So usually what I do, if they get zeros, I'll pull them back in. Maybe, when they have some time, if they're close by, I might suggest coming back the next day, or, if they want to wait a week, and then we'll do another scan, and then, we'll get answers from those other areas. But for right now, these are the things that are the most important. Okay, so this might be really good for you. Thyme, wild essential oil. That might be a good one, because it keeps coming up. Okay, and then also look and see what keeps coming up over and over and over and over again. And so we're seeing the same thing, the thyme, the superauric, megachel, that keeps coming up. And she seems to do better with the essential oils than pills. Yes. And so, it might be better to talk to your client and say, hey, would you rather do essential oils? Would you rather do homeopathy? Would you rather do liquids? Would you rather do pills? They're going to tell you. I have some people that don't like to do any liquids, no liquids. So I have to simply give them caps. Or they don't want to do pills. They have trouble swallowing pills and they'll only do caps. So you got to talk to your client here too. You've got to ask them the questions. So while you're going through your whatever scanner you use, whether it be ZYTO or something else, you've got to talk to your client. You got to ask them the questions, see if it makes sense to them. Okay. Okay, immune. Let's see why. Gee, imagine that. Mental, emotional stress. Okay, so for Josephine, it's all about her emotions, right? It's all about the stress that she creates. And then you've got guilt here. Okay, so you've got mental, emotional stress, skin, those probiotics, and then you've got guilt. Do you feel guilty about anything? Yes? Okay, so she's got some guilt. Now, she doesn't have to talk about it now, and, but ask your client. Okay, if they have an emotion that comes up, show them, hey, that emotion can affect your immune system. It's a stressor for your immune system. So when you feel guilty, that can bring your immune system down. Okay, so that's something to deal with. Okay, they may say, oh yes, I feel guilty. You can ask them, do you know what you feel guilty about? Are you comfortable talking about that? And if they are, voila, they can talk to you about it, and that may help. Okay, I've had clients that various emotions come up, and I'll ask them, do you feel comfortable? You want to talk about it? They'll talk about it, they'll start crying, they'll just start eliminating that. And that's a really good thing, right? It helps them release. You'll have somebody else, they'll say, no, I don't know. No, I don't have any guilt. That doesn't make sense. And that's fine. That's fine. You just say, okay, just think about it. Think about that. See if that is part of, and they just may not be comfortable talking to you about. They may not want to share. Never, ever, ever, ever push somebody to talk about something. You can ask them about it. Look at them, watch them. When you ask them, do you have guilt? Look at their face. You'll see it right away. Watch their body, right? Watch their body language, watch their face, see, they're going to answer you without answering you. Okay. Just like you talk about Andrew, her boyfriend. She knows instantly how he feels about something, because his body, he's very expressive in his body changes. So watch people, just really pay attention to them. Okay. These things keep coming up over and over and over again. Yucca came up here. Okay. Let's see what else we find out. Diet, nutrition. Okay, herbicides, something that you're eating has preservatives in it. So we're going to have to figure it out. Something that you're taking in. Well, this is an herbicide. Okay, so something, you're pulling in something. We're going to figure it out. Probiotics. Okay, so, but the herbicides, I don't know where you're getting it, but it's at 18. Oh, maybe it's, so Josephine works at Home Depot. Oh, well, and you're out in garden a lot. There could be, I mean, it is saying diet and nutrition, but you might be absorbing this somehow. Oh, I didn't think about that. Okay. See, so speaking with your client about it, having them think about it, maybe they're going to be able to come up with the answers. Okay. So this is definitely affecting your body here, these herbicides. Time to quit. Time to quit Home Depot. Or maybe you have to wear a mask, or maybe you have to wear gloves. And then everybody's going to ask you, why are you wearing a mask and why are you wearing gloves? Yeah, you stand out like a sore throat, sore foot, but something to think about. Okay. If we continue on, hydration. Okay, when you don't drink enough water, it affects your immune system. Okay, and also herbicides is coming up in hydration. So that could be something that you're drinking. I wonder if it could be in those drinks that you're drinking, those ones that you like. Okay, because this is coming in as a hydration stressor. This is a stressor, and it's also can affect your kidneys. So need to look at, when you're at work, what do you drink? Tap or bottled, filtered, tap? Okay, so you need to, so have your client look at whatever's coming up, have them think about it, talk it through them. Ask them the questions. So like this, what are you drinking? Okay, where do you work? Could you be absorbing through the skin? She's thinking maybe Home Depot. She's drinking tap water at Home Depot. So maybe you're going to need to bring some more water with you, because all our water is filtered at our house. We filter everything. Okay. Could she be absorbing from working in garden? Could she be, if she's touching, fertilizer bags that people are buying? Sure, it gets on the skin. It could be coming right in through the skin. She could be absorbing that. Okay, so she may need to be on something that's going to protect her from that. Okay, or that's going to help her detox from that. But if that's something that she's pulling in from her job, then
Brenda,
yeah.
you said the ZYTO scan said her skin was clogged. So maybe
what?
Maybe it is coming from the outside in.
It can be. Yeah. So I did have somebody from Los Angeles come in here, and when they scanned, they were holding on to all kinds of things, molds and viruses and skin issues. And I found out that the guy was a mold inspector for industrial, and I'm fine with that. But then I asked him, do you wear a mask when you inspect mold? And he goes, no. Okay. So help people think about these things. Remember, our job is education. Our job is to teach people about their body, right? And so here you're learning what's coming up, right? You're learning, she's learning about her body here. What could be affecting her? What could be making her feel tired? She's tired all the time. What could be making her tired? What could be making her feel sick? What could be contributing to her health factors, her health issues? Okay, this could be contributing. So now we need to look at, well, what can be done about that, right? Okay. Okay, inflammation, let's look at that. Okay, immune system. So when you get emotional or you get upset, that weakens your immune system, but it's also a stressor. Stresses at your immune system. And gallbladder's coming up. That might make absolute sense. That's interesting that that's coming up. There's that guilt again. Okay, so when you feel guilty about something and you don't express that guilt, okay, that can affect your body. Okay, and what that means is that can cause inflammation in your body. Inflammation leads to pain and acidity and irritation and all those kinds of things. Okay. So whatever this guilt is that you're experiencing, that's something, and I talk to you not as my daughter, but as a client. When you experience guilt, it's really important to find a way to express that. Okay, and to work with that. Figure out what that is and work with that. And she's got a smile on her face, just so you know, she totally knows exactly what it is. Okay, all right, right? You know what it is? Yeah. She knows what it is. She's got a big smile on her face. So something that she's got to deal with. Okay, so just help your clients to look at those things, okay? That's why yucca's coming up, right? For inflammation, okay? All right, but if it's an emotional thing, right? If it's an emotional thing, helping your client deal with their emotion, really, really important, okay? If it's your daughter, helping your daughter deal with it if you can, or your son, or anybody in the family, you know, helping them. If you can help them figure it out, fine. If not, you know, maybe they need to get help in another way, okay? All right, mental emotional stress. Let's look at this. Mental emotional stress affects your immune system, your central nervous system, okay, which we already know, okay? You were gone, you were thinking about something else. Mental emotional stress affects the immune system and central nervous system, which we already know, right? Okay, here's some other stressors. Greed. Are you greedy? My child is greedy. Do you feel greedy? Do you feel greedy? Not particularly. You've seen it before, okay. Do you feel lonely? Yes. Okay, so she feels lonely, and then there's the guilt again. So these are the three big ones here for her. Okay, so talking to your client, you know, about, you know, do they feel greed? That's a real big one for people. What I find is that most people are going to say, no, I don't feel greedy. That's not who I am. And maybe they don't want to accept it. Maybe they don't want to say, yes, I feel greedy. I want to make more money, or I want more of this, or I want more of that. Or, you know, I want, you know, whatever that greed is, it could be multiple things. Doesn't necessarily have to be money. It could be other things. You know, do they feel lonely? Well, why do they feel lonely? And can they change that? What do they need to do so that they don't feel lonely? What's that loneliness coming from? You know, do they need to go out? Are they divorced? Do they have somebody special in their life? Do they not have enough friends? Do they need to be more, you know, what needs to happen so they don't feel lonely? Okay, and so on. These are a lot of emotions that come up. So impatient, worry, anxiety. Gosh, your anxiety is just down here. Helpless, complacency, exhausted, and exhaust is down here. Jealous, hate, fear. It checks for all these different emotions. And so, you know, you just want to talk to them about the first couple of things, right? Because otherwise it's just really overwhelming. And show them the good things as well. Show them, you know, these emotions are in check right now for you. And so that's good. You know, you want to talk to them about the good things too. Okay, don't just talk to them about the negative. And here's all the other ones. Blame, resentful, anger, envy, grief, mistrustful, sadness, ashamed, frustration, hopeless, and tense. And these emotions, as you saw with Josephine, they're going to show up throughout the scan. And that's good because it allows you to talk to them about those things, okay? This time of wild essential oil has come up every single time for you. So that is something that I think is really, really beneficial for you, okay? And super supplemental, these keep coming up over and over and over again. So when you see something coming up, you know, over and over, then you know that that's something that'll benefit them. Okay, sleep. Let's see what it says. Progesterone affects your sleep, and your immune system affects your sleep. So we know that stress, anxiety and stress affects your immune system. Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. My goodness, you could be a naturopath. Josephine's actually taking that live blood class with me. Okay. All right. So now it didn't check for melatonin or pancreas, but make sure you talk to people about the good things too. Remember, start with the good, give them the information that they need, and then end on a good. Okay. Neroli came in here. Cramp relief came in here. All right. B6. Toxic stress. Okay, so this is something here, big. Herbicides. Your food stressors and additives is pretty good. Vaccinations, you're good. Of course, no COVID vaccines. Artificial sugars and sweeteners, you're doing good. Okay, so that's good. Don't know about candida and fungi, didn't check. But this one, I bet you're probably right. I bet you're probably right. It's from your job. Okay, so then that you know, then when somebody realizes it's from their job, then you get to talk to them about their job. You get to ask them questions, help them realize, hey, you know, maybe it is from my job. Do I want to stay there? Do I want to find something else? Do I want to do some detoxing for this? You know, what can be done so that my body doesn't hold on to these herbicides or doesn't accumulate these herbicides. Okay, so there's some things to talk about to your client. And that's it. Okay, now there are different reports in here. So we could go over here. Somebody asked about teeth. There's all these different reports. So we can look at teeth. How are we doing on time? Oh, I'm going to end here. Can everybody see the teeth vector report that came up?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay, so here's a teeth and biomarkers here, and it goes through and it checks all the teeth. Ooh. Okay, and so we look at, you know, everything here in range is good, and here we've got one. T04 is, might need some, how long has it been since you've been to the dentist? Over 2 years, so it's probably time to go to the dentist. We just found a new dentist and she was going to make an appointment, so probably good. So T, pre-COVID, okay. So T04 is here, this is top. Okay, these are the top teeth, these are the bottom teeth. So T04, are you having any trouble with your gum or your tooth? That would be on the right side here at the top.
Brenda,
Yes,
does this show a meridian correlation to the organ?
yes.
Because it does. Where does it show it?
It shows it on another, there's another place where it shows it. Can bring
Okay.
it up. Yeah, and then I also have charts as well. I'll post that in the webinar group. So
I was
T,
thinking as her, you know, what organs would correlate to the teeth that she's having an issue if it's that high.
yeah, that's a good thing. That's a good comment. So each one of your teeth is related to a part of your body. Okay, and so yeah, we could look at that as well. T04, and then T08 and T17. So she's got a few. Okay, that. So you know about that? So is it your gums? Yeah. Are they inflamed? Mm-hmm. Okay, all right. So maybe some infection in there, possibly some irritation. Do you floss? Yeah. Sometimes when you remember. Okay, so talking to people about their, you know, taking care of their teeth. I mean, this could be a whole nother appointment that you do with somebody, right? Talking to them about their teeth, talking about their gums, you know, talking to them about natural toothpaste and the bristles that they're using and natural mouthwashes, and if they're having infections, you know, if somebody has problems with their gums, they can make a poultice out of podarco. You can take a capsule of podarco, open it up, put some, mix it with some honey, and then have them put that right on the gum right before they go to bed, or while they're watching TV at night. And in the morning, that'll be gone. That inflammation will be gone. It'll take care of it. Any inflammation, any infection, it'll just be gone. So it tastes terrible. You need to let them know it tastes like bitter dirt, but it'll take care of it. Okay, then lots of reports. There's another one here. I'll show you vertebra. Okay, so why are you laughing? Back? Okay, this is a vertebra. Neck is going to be out. Let's find out. It didn't even check C3. That's the one. Okay, so let's see. So here it's showing us, you can feel it. Time to see Dr. Rick, huh? Okay, how about, this is thoracic. So this is going to be kind of down here where your bra is. You got a rib that goes out, okay. T11 is going to be right here, kind of towards the top. Yeah, shoulder blades. Do you have, does it hurt? Yep. Issues with your shoulder blades? Okay, the rest of it looks pretty good. Oh, you've got sacral down at the bottom. How's your hips? Is your hips bothering you at all? No? Okay. And this is a -21. So when you go see Dr. Rick, but he always checks everything. So what I do is if so, you know, a lot of people, they want this, you know, they want to take this to their chiropractor or their massage therapist. So you just print it. Print this report. You can just print this report, or, you know, if they're going to go see the dentist, print the dental report for them and they can take it with them. They take this to the chiropractor. It's great because just like the pupil tonus chart, you know, the pupil tonus, so you can mark it up. You can also give them this. And then the chiropractor, massage therapist, or whoever they see can look at these areas for them. And like this one, I'd have Dr. Rick check this for you. And see if there's some subluxation down in your hips. Also T11, it'd be interesting. See, I have my clients take these, and the last time he reported back to me, he said, your client brought in the sheet to me and he says, I agreed with most of it. You know, he's not going to agree with all of it. Okay, so there's that. There's other reports. There's immunity report. There's an organ vector report. I can show you that organ vector report. So here it shows a picture of the organs. If you want to see, you want to look at each organ individually. Gallbladder 17.35. You know, it shows you the different organs, the heart, the thymus, the kidneys, large intestines, liver, lung, and it puts it all into this. So these are really easy for people to see. Very simple. Okay, I look at this, I see kidneys and gallbladder. Those are the two things that I need to focus on today. Now, let's say you bring them back in 2 weeks, do another scan, and it's going to change. Okay, and then that'll show you, okay, so the gallbladder, the numbers have come down on the gallbladder, and maybe something else is going to pop up, or maybe you still need to work on the gallbladder. Maybe have them come back in a month and run another scan. So this is a tool. This is another tool, just like any tool. Let me see what we got up here. Okay, bye, Jackie. Did she leave already? Looks like she left. Okay. All right, so these are some of the things. And let's see, emotions vector, services report, all stressors by category, and so on. So these are some of the things. So this is a tool that is available to you if you want it. They did have a special going, and the thing is, you have to pay a monthly fee. So what'll happen now if I stop this? I have to share, I have to save it. So now I have to save the session. So we'll save the session. Today is the 7th, 6/7/22. Save. And then I usually print it. So I'll usually print it and I hand my client the copy of the print, whatever I'm going to print them. And then I also print a PDF so that I have that in their file. Okay, and then when I'm done, I just leave. Okay, and what it'll do is it'll automatically back up to their server. Okay, so it will automatically back up. So when you turn it on, you get updates from the server, and when you turn it off, it automatically backs up to the server so that it saves the report. Questions?
How do you do this remotely?
You have to have you have to buy another one of these. And they're not cheap. To buy it by itself, it was $230 just for this. And then you mail it to them. You mail it to the person. And then there's a remote link that you give them. You give them the remote link, and then they link in and you link in, and you can run the scan and then talk to them about it. Any other questions? Comments?
There is definitely a lot of information there. I have one of the basic one that I purchased years ago. It takes about a minute or so. It has a probe and it scans it very quickly. You get all the organ systems, and with that information, then you can relay it to the clients or to the patient. But the ZYTO is very, very in depth. There's so many other companies out there that give those type of report. I'm glad that you have found something that you're comfortable with and you like using, and it works for you. But it's definitely, there are a lot of good aids out there, and it's good to have a report that people have a hard copy of it, and you can always have something to fall back on. So that is good.
And the nice thing about it is whether you use a ZYTO or use something else, it keeps you from diagnosing and prescribing, which we cannot do. Okay, as iridologists, we cannot diagnose and we cannot prescribe. So we can look at the eyes and we can say, you know, see what we see in the eyes. We can look at the sclera, see what we see in the sclera. We can make suggestions. But then running that ZYTO is really, really helpful. It's very helpful, and it keeps you from diagnosing and prescribing. And then you can find even more. You can get confirmation about, hey, you didn't have parasites. That's good. Okay, so you can get confirmation about parasites. You can get confirmation about viruses. That didn't come up either, viruses or anything, okay? Infections, you can get all these confirmations. And go ahead.
No, sorry, I thought you were finished. There's a little bit of time delay here, so if I cut you off, I'm sorry. The thing is, if we're making suggestions about a herb or whatever, can we actually prescribe it?
Well, here in California, we're allowed to make suggestions. I can't say, Vanessa, okay, Vanessa, in your eye, you have a lot of white. And white means pain and inflammation. Well, I think you have, you know, it looks like you have arthritis. And they go, oh yeah, I have arthritis. Okay, so yeah, you have arthritis. So, you know, Nature Sunshine has yucca, and we have, you know, an arthritis aid. So I think it'd be really good for you to take that arthritis aid. And, you know, here's the bottle. And, you know, you can take, 3 capsules 3 times a day and report back. Oh my God, I just broke the law. And if I get caught, they're going to shut me down. Okay, we cannot do that. But I can say, here's a paper. Here's some information from Stephen Horn. In the past, most people use, with arthritis, Nature Sunshine has ART-A, and, we've had results in the past from that. Is that something that you'd like to take? And then they'll look at the label and they say, it says take 2-3 times a day. Well, let me muscle test you and I can tell you if that's going to work. I can tell you if you can take 2 or 3, or you can follow the label. That's what we can do. You have, that is why it's good to have, even here, let me pull it up. It's good to have a database. It's good to have a program. So somebody comes into me with arthritis, I don't have to say a thing. There it is. Okay, I can copy it. I can make a document. That's what I do. Okay, so when I send out these protocols, this is all Nature Sunshine. All right, so I can take this information, I can copy it, I can paste it into a Word document, I can add the homeopathic products, I can print this out, and I can hand it to them. Okay, this is not, I did not write this. Okay, this is somebody else's. I can take something from Stephen Horn and I can hand it to them and I can say, okay, so it says right there, arthritis. For osteoarthritis and rheumatoid arthritis, use joint support. Okay, joint health Ayurvedic. Okay, so I have those on the shelf. Do you want to use those? Those are the first 2 products that are recommended. Okay, and then if you have pain and inflammation external, You can use Everflex pain cream, MSM glucosamine cream, Typhoon oil, deep relief. Okay, it's right there. Okay, so that stops me from prescribing. I cannot prescribe. I'm not a doctor. Now, I don't know about you, Salvador, because you're up there in Canada and you can do things that we can't do. You know, so a database like this is huge. Okay, I have somebody that's coming in with another problem. I can, ahead of time, I know they've got this problem ahead of time. I can pull it up and create a document for them and hand it to them. Okay, if they come in and I don't know and they want something for it, I can pull it up while they're here and talk to them about it and say, this is what's recommended. Okay, calcium supplements, liquid calcium, coral calcium, sea calcium. Okay, these are the complementary products, MSM, skeletal strength. Does it mean they're going to take all those things? No. Okay, the way this is set up is the first things that they're going to use is joint support and the Ayurvedic joint health. Okay, and then if they want to add, they have pain, they want to add the MSM glucosamine cream, then they can add that. Okay, it's good. That's how we have to do it. We can make suggestions. Well, you know, based on my experience, somebody that has diabetes, what we've learned is, you know, changing the diet, working with the diet, and then using berberine. Okay, and berberine has been shown to bring down blood sugar. And using, you know, or, you know, based on my experience and the experience I've had with other clients, people that have problems with cataracts, you know, I've used these homeopathic remedies in the past, and this has really worked. Would you like to try them?
Is this list available just through their practitioners, or somebody can actually go on the Nature Sunshine product line and be able to download this list of products that they carry?
This is Herbalure. It's
Okay.
Herb Allure, ALLURE. So if you go online, you go to herbalure.com. I've sent the emails out in the past. If you go to Herbalure, they have what's called footprints on the path, and that's what this is. This is footprints on the path. It used to be a binder, and now it's online, but I like it. It's online. Let me show you the other one that they have another one that's good too. Let me show it to you. This one's called Heart. This one's called Heart, and this one has it's all by product. So let's say somebody has a question about aloe vera juice. You click on aloe vera juice, and here, did it change? Can you see the aloe vera juice on your screen? Yes, no?
Yes.
Okay, so here it gives you all the information about the aloe vera juice. So I have both of these. I have both the Heart. It's called Heart NSP Master Reference. I have that, and I have Footprints on the Path. And so, you know, if I want to look up bayberry and what it does, I can look up bayberry here. I can copy this out of here and I can paste it into a document. If I want to give it to my client, I can email it to my client, paste it into an email. But these are Herbalure. So you can go into Google and type in Footprints on the Path. It should come up with Herbalure, or you can just go into herballure.com and these are you can download these. And they're not very expensive. They're pretty good price. But these are some more tools. So, you know, if you're interested in learning about hydrated bentonite, here's the information on bentonite. If you're interested in learning about bilberry, this is all information about bilberry, and so on, so on, so on, so on. Okay. Any other questions? There's so many tools out there. Okay. So, you know, you get to decide what you want to do, how you want to help people, what kind of people you want to help. In one of the more advanced, when we get a little bit further, there's going to be some goal setting questions for you to start doing some brainstorming and thinking about, okay, this is the group of people that I want to work with. This is what I want to accomplish. This is what I want to do. This is what I want to focus on. And how am I going to do that? What kind of tools do I need? You know, how far do I want to go in iridology? What do I want to do? Do I want to add something to my already existing practice? Do I want to scan people? Do I want, you know, what is it that you want to do? You know, what are your goals? And then what tools do you want to use? And how much money do you want to spend, right? Those are all factors. How much money do you have available to you to spend? What do you want to do? And, you know, when something really important, which is what I talked about in the beginning, when somebody comes to see you, what do you want them to see? Okay. If you have an office, what do you want your office to look like? What do you want them to see? Who are you? Okay. Look at those glasses. I love those glasses, Ivana.
I wear them because I have to, because of the sunlight and everything.
Yeah. Is your eye healing?
I think you would love to see my sclera improving.
I would. Make sure you take pictures. Yes.
Yeah. I just want to comment that I have a device that's actually not just a scanning device, it's also for a therapy device. Using it for, I think, 3 years. Actually, it's totally different concept, but you have to know the acupuncture points and meridians and everything, so it's quite complicated. But this one is really easy for people that want to have a quick scan, because this device that I have is from BioPulse, and that you really have to press on the points, certain points on the body and the hands and feet. So this is really easy for people that want to start something and to have the scanning, because with this device that I have, you really have to know, but you can also do the healing things. You can do the, you can use like the Soyoku points, then the volt therapy, the light therapy, the meridian therapy. It's kind of in all in ones, but this is really better for the people that want to have it like easy and fast answers without asking client a question. So I think this ZYTO is really good for the people that are like not so much involved in all other fields of naturopathy. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that. Okay, boy, have we gone over today. Anything else? Penny. All right. I'm going to stop the recording here.